country, the United States of America, since 2007, there have been over 5 million foreclosures. We think the ABA can do better than that. Enough is enough. 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 Enough is enough.
Friends, when you take out a loan from the bank imposes conditions. Homeowners have to have insurance if they're taking out a mortgage. Businesses have to obtain the proper licenses. If you don't meet the bank's conditions, the bank can say you are in default on your loan and you have to pay back the entire loan immediately.
Well, as you've been hearing, we gave the banks $17.8 trillion and we put some conditions on that loan. We said they have to stop foreclosures and keep working families in their homes. We said they have to start lending to small businesses so we can get Americans working again. We said they have to increase consumer lending so we can stimulate the economy. We can stimulate the economy. We said they have to reform their ways.
The banks have not held up their end of the bargain. Foreclosures are at a record level. Small business lending is down. Unemployment is at a 26-year high, and banks are spending millions of our dollars fighting against financial reform. The banks have not met the conditions of their $17.8 trillion loan from taxpayers, so they are in default, and we want our money back!
So my good friend is holding up our bill to the bankers for $17.8 trillion. We are going to take this up to the Sheraton and present it to the American Bankers Association and tell them that their payment is way past due.
Let them know we want cash, too. Brothers and sisters, it is my great pleasure to introduce a good friend of mine, a major labor leader in this country, the chair of Change to Win, Sister Anna Berger.
Sisters and brothers, there is something wrong in America. And we all know the story. Over a year ago, the big banks on Wall Street, because of their greed and risky decisions, put our whole country and our whole economy at risk. We had the greatest economic crisis in the last 70 years. And what did they do? They came to us, to ask us, the taxpayers, to bail them out. They didn't ask for millions. They didn't ask for billions. They asked for trillions. Trillions of dollars. And they said they would help us rebuild our economy. So let's ask some questions. Do they rebuild our economy? No! So, with that money, do they stop home foreclosures? No! With that money, do they cut interest rates? No! Do they lower bank fees? No! Do they give consumers a little bit of a break? No! Do they help our cities, our towns, our states with housing debt? No! Do they stop layoffs? No! Save services? No! Do they extend credit to small businesses to stop layoffs? No! Or create new jobs? No! Did they build anything? No! Create anything? No! Do anything? No! They didn't! So what did they do? They squeezed us harder! They exploited us more! They raked in billions of fees, made lots of money, and now they're giving themselves bigger bonuses than ever before! Can you believe it? While our families across this country are suffering and struggling to get by, what do? They come to Chicago, right? And before they got here, they spent $35 million lobbying Congress. Our families struggle, they walk the halls of Congress trying to protect life the way it is, because they like it just the way it is, where they take it all and they leave us the crumbs. That's exactly what it is. And so then they come to Chicago to celebrate what a good job they did. To figure out how to manipulate our economy even more. It is just wrong. Across our country, more and more people are unemployed. Every 7.5 seconds now, someone loses a home to foreclosure, or retirement is slipping away, if not gone. And that's why we're all here, right outside the Bank Association, to tell them enough is enough. We have come here to call them out, to launch a national day of action, a national campaign to hold them accountable. We want an economy that works for us, not just for them. We are taking on the banks. And sisters and brothers, it is going to take more than us and more than today. Because taking on the banks is not a spectator sport. So that means that all of us have to do our job. We have to go back and talk to our families, our friends, our co-workers, our neighbors, our communities. We need to get them in action too. Right? We need to reach out and make sure that we stay on the streets and we go across this country getting on the streets. And we have to pick up the phone and get on the phone and call our members of Congress every day and ask them, whose side are they on? Are they on for a country that works for all of us? For a country that an economy that works for all of us? Or are they on the side of the big banks and Wall Street only? And we have to call out the big banks every single day to stop funding reforms, to stop foreclosures, to stop using our money against us, to start creating jobs, to start investing in our communities again. Sisters and brothers, we know we need things like consumer protection agencies. We know we need rein in executive compensation. We know we need real reform. But we need a lot more than that. We need to break the power of the big banks and Wall Street over our country. That's what we've got to do. Woo! They have a hold on our country, our economy, and they think that they own Congress. They have spent decades rigging the system so it works for them. So they always win, and no matter what happens, we always lose. And so we're not going to fix this in a day. We're not going to fix it in a week or a month or a year. We are going to be on their case until we bring them down to make sure that they understand. So sisters and brothers, we are going to start today. But we need to make sure that we continue to call them out. Because we know who the architects of our economic collapse are. They're right over there. Goldman Sachs, Lloyd Blankstone, J.P. Morgan, Jamie Dimon, Bank of America, Ken Lewis, Wells Fargo, we all know them and a lot more. We have to call them out, sisters and brothers. Call them out! We have to investigate them, and if necessary, we have to prosecute them for what they've done to our country. They have wreaked havoc on our country, they have wreaked havoc on our communities, and they have wreaked havoc on our families. We cannot let them get away with it. So are you ready to stop their power hold on our country? Are you ready to take these guys on? Are you ready to take back our economy? Take back our country? Reclaim the American dream for ourselves, our kids, and our grandkids? Are you ready to stand up and fight? Sisters and brothers, our time is now. Our opportunity is now. We just need to now get this done. Are you ready? Enough is enough. Let's get this job done. Thank you very much.
Enough is enough! 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 Brothers and sisters, we've sent a strong message today. The message is it's time to be accountable and it's time to be responsible. But there's a bigger message here. And that message to the bankers and the financiers is that this is just the beginning. This is us standing up and saying, we're not going to take it anymore, we're going to fight back. Brothers and sisters, we're starting a movement today that's going to spread all over this country to recover our economy for working people. Thank you very much for being here, brothers and sisters. And in closing, I'd like to call on a fighter for us for 40 years, over 40 years, been leading the fight for social and economic justice in this country, uniting people together, a rainbow to fight for the right things. Our good friend, the good Reverend Jesse L. Jackson.
To save our families, save our jobs, save our families, save our jobs, jobs now, health care now, jobs now, health care now. Let us join hands. Let us join hands as we gather to pray. It's not just the greed of the banks